Welcome back. This is Sethikus Boza, blackearthproductions, Blue Flame, Healing Arts and Occult Science, Temple of White Dragon, back again on another segment. Jumping into things right away here. Some things I want to address are going to cut through all the fucking bullshit. The main topic I'm going to start hitting upon is fear. The entire motherfucking realm, as we speak, is absolutely saturated with it all across the board in ways that I have never been able to pick up on before in terms of where I am and how clear the actual grid works and field are where we are living. And to that, when it comes to fear as to its definition, this is an unpleasant emotion caused by the assumption that something or someone is a threat and is a danger and is likely going to cause pain and harm or basically fuck up any particular situation that individuals are directly involved in. And it's to note here, as I've said over and over again, that fear is not a human emotion. It is a lower spiritual force that is invoked upon the mind. And again, mind is your entire beingness on a multidimensional level as a cause point to its actual definition. So there's the definition. Next, let's get into the actual fucking etymology of what fear is and where this word we all throw around like we actually fucking know what it is actually came from. The Middle English word fere was taken from the Old English word ferer. Both mean calamity, sudden danger, peril, sudden attack. As it also from the Proto-Germanic feras, which means quote-unquote danger, and is also sourced from the Old Saxon word far, which means to ambush. And if you take it further back to the Old Norse far, which means to harm, cause distress, and to deceive. As with the Dutch word gevaar and the German word gevaar here, they both mean danger, and also meaning to try something by taking a risk. There's always fear involved in taking risk. Feran means to terrify and frighten. Go back to the Proto-Germanic verbal form of the root fear, which cognates to include the Old Saxon word feron, means to lie in wait. As with the Middle Dutch word veren, which means simply to fear. Along with the Old High German word feren, which means to plot against, and then bring it back to the Old Norse word fera, which means to taunt. And that's what I see out there all across the fucking board. All you motherfuckers being taunted to fear. There's so many different measures and things I can get into specifically that are the cause point to this. But you have to recognize that you are being taunted. You are being mind-fucked in context to all of this shit. So as to the senses in terms of the state of being afraid, again, it's an uneasiness caused by the possibility of danger, either to something real or an assumption to something real that may or may not even be fucking real. And then with it all, on top of it, you have its meaning in terms of religious trauma-based mind control. It's this feeling of dread in terms of a pseudo-reverence for the god of monotheism or anything else for that matter. You know, when these assholes work to put the fear of God, quote-unquote God, or any kind of fear into someone's mind, which is meant to intimidate and cause people to become cowards on top of everything else. And see, this is actually a common religious phrase, the fear of God, that has actually been used since its inception, especially since the time of the Crusades and the Inquisitions, to mindfuck everyone away from their soul and their true power and alignment with the actual truth and the higher force, as I have explained, along with your ancestors in terms of the true gods, which is all inclusive within the true essence of the isness of existence. That which will never invoke fear as a tactic to target your mind when it comes to your thoughts and emotion in order to manipulate the psyche and turn you into a sniveling, weak-ass fucking coward. In fact, it's the exact opposite when you authentically make connection to core intelligence. to even know the difference in terms of what I'm getting at and getting into here. And it was long obsolete in the English language in the original transitive sense, but has been revived in terms of the occult with a limited range in reference to actual fear spells. A dark spell cast used to drive someone insane with fear and is attested for in the intransitive meaning of what it means to actually feel fear. Fear is not a human emotion. It's a spiritual force, a lesser spiritual force invoked upon your mind, which is your entire beingness on a multidimensional level, in order to lock you the fuck down, to put you into that state of mind in terms of flight or freeze, where you become immobile. And in context of how our thought and emotion operate, again, this is why they target the nervous system on a daily basis in terms of sound, consciousness, energy, frequency, and vibration. They target the nervous system, which again has a direct effect on how your thought and emotion operate, because this is what actually regulates the gauge of your perception. The gauge of your perception to process is the mystery and secret between the sun and the moon. And going back to what I explained as far as those that have taken level 1 apprentice with the mystery school, the very first motherfucking assignment that you have been given is knowing how to master the moon gate. You're not going to get the sun gate or any other gate in terms of knowing how to navigate and master the solar spiral of creation correct unless you go back to the actual motherfucking roots. As I've been saying this whole time, we got to get back to our true roots, motherfuckers. That's what it's going to take. Not going out thinking that you're going to get there otherwise when your state of mind is all fucked up and you're full of fear otherwise. That's what I see all across the board. And this year especially, I was checking out the transits before everything. We made a major fucking move and everything is going to the next level. But the levels of actual motherfucking fear that have hit this fucking realm have been off the fucking charts, on top of how all of us should know by now. These motherfuckers know how to manipulate the movement of a thing and put you in the realm of effect, living in the realm of effect. You're not the cause point in terms of how your thought and emotion operate, as you should be. Never allow thoughts to fucking drop into your brain skull and then you just go with it. That's what most people do. And again, how they target the nervous system in context, you can literally feel this shit, pulse waves surging through your fucking body every single fucking time it happens. I see the effect of it in terms of its cause, and I'm also speaking from direct experience on levels that most of you motherfuckers can't even imagine. So again, what's required here in terms of mastering cosmic law? We take everything back to the first cosmic law. It is all about your state of mind. This is why these motherfuckers do mind control. How many times do we have to explain it over and over and over again? Even people out there in network that I've even had on, some of you are drowning and being saturated in this shit, and you don't even see it. You're getting pulled out into the fucking abyss on a whim, thinking that you know, but you still don't fucking know. And when I say that specifically, it's not to bypass anything that you do know. I'm talking about the secrets of nature and the universe and how things actually fucking work. You don't have that in your fucking goddamn tool belt. Because if you did, you'd be talking about other things. I'm just addressing this at this point in terms of 2025 because we should be fucking past this shit now. We should fucking know how the enemy fucking operates and how to override and overcome this fucking shit by now. I know I do in terms of my own life and other people that are doing the real great work otherwise. Their lives are examples to it. Not going on and on and on and on and on about what our mortal enemy is fucking doing, and you don't even know who the real fucking enemy is. You think it's that in terms of a psychological projection, but that's what gives these motherfuckers power. And here with this mystery school, here with this fucking platform, we're taking our power the fuck back. That's the key. And the key rests upon what the fuck your actual state of mind actually is. What you think and what you feel moment to fucking moment, to moment. They want all of you in a trauma-based mind control. This is old fucking news. This is so old by now. It just blows my fucking mind that people still go fucking with it, and they don't even realize they're going with it because it's all unconscious. You haven't made the darkness conscious. And the reason why is because you're in fear and you don't even recognize the fact that you fucking are. There's a very fine line, however, between fear and courage. And when it comes to the art and science of spiritual alchemy, you must then train yourself how to transmute and alchemize fear into courage. And I'm going to touch upon that a little bit more here as I progress with this segment. But the fear of death, the fear of not surviving, the fear of non-existence, the fear of responsibility, the fear of love, the fear of hate, the fear of fucking anything. That is the slave state of fucking mind that they want you in. And to walk this path, especially in terms of this mystery school, you have to go fearless in context. Fearless in the face of absolute fucking terrifying motherfucking danger, especially in terms of these times. Seeing it for what it is, you must go fearless in the face of it all. Knowing how to navigate this existence without getting caught in all the nets, traps, and snares that they have laid out for you systematically. Now, this is something that I've already addressed, but I'm going to bring it up again on this particular segment because before it was just a footnote that I threw up on Twitter. Okay? The actual recipe for World War III. And again, all of you should know by now we are in a fucking war. Okay? And this specifically has been known since at least 1871 to when it was published in 1925. And it's my personal take on what Albert Pike was actually getting at here in context to what has been planned and what has been fucking unfolding. It's right in your motherfucking faces right now. So, to address this, he stated, the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agents of the Dark Priest class. This specifically with political Zionism and the political leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, in terms of the Muslim Arabic world, along with political Zionism in terms of the state of Israel, all mutually destroy and annihilate one another. And see, that's the motherfucking plan. And if any of you out there getting pulled into the fucking meat grinder in context, you're all getting fucking played in terms of what I just fucking said. Further, he states in his writings, meanwhile, nations across the world will be divided on this issue. Look at the fucking fear. Look at the fucking division. Look at all the shit that's happened since World War fucking II. It's coming to a goddamn fucking apex in terms of a repeat of a repeat of a repeat on the same fucking bullshit devouring fucking cycle in order to divide and conquer the world. And to it, people are going to be so constrained to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and potential economic exhaustion if you don't fucking catch this shit. Indoctrinated with Christianity, yes, Christianity, along with the increased propaganda directed by political Zionism and Islamic invasions all across the world, are how World War III begins. Now, what the fuck do you see happening? He goes on to say at a certain point, after all this really fucking gets going, they will unleash the nihilists and atheists to provoke an even greater, formidable social cataclysm worldwide. And in all of its horror, will show clearly the nations of this world the total effect of absolute nihilism and atheism and savagery, and will be the most bloody turmoil that the world has ever known. Everyone everywhere worldwide will be obligated to defend themselves in terms of these conflicts, and coming from them, stating as well as us, against a certain world minority who will know the difference through and through. The world at that point, for the most part, will be without any compass or direction. They will also be so anxious for an idea that they will, without knowledge of where to render their adoration, willingly bow to their authority through the universal world manifestation of the dark Luciferian covenant and doctrine, which will then fulfill their plan for total world domination. And there it is, all right there in a motherfucking nutshell. You have to understand that this is what's happening in terms of the AI timeline, that AI timeline trajectory, which has nothing to do with our kind. It has nothing to do with the original timeline trajectory and where things are going as far as what is manifesting on our end and other people that know the fucking difference. And working with your templating, this is another factor. This is why initiation is so goddamn fucking important, because if you don't know thyself and you don't know thy fucking enemy, then you can't expect to navigate these times on the levels necessary to actually transcend. This is why I do what I do. It's my position in office to inform the realm. Whether you take it or not is irrelevant. What's relevant is if you do. And I'm going to keep it raw, real, and motherfucking relevant on here. Do not ever expect any fucking less from me or anybody else in my network that actually knows the fucking difference. You got to come to know the difference. And if you have not been initiated into the mystery school, now is the time. There's no better time than now to line this out for yourselves so that you get a hold of the proper knowledge and wisdom necessary in order to master the 5 areas we do here with Temple of the White Dragon. And the first thing here, if anything, is to stop being distracted with all the bullshit. It's about knowing the difference and taking right action, otherwise contrary to an obsession about these things, especially what you're not personally in control of, and you become obsessed with that shit. You are so fucking far off track. You are so unbelievably fucking distracted. It's not even a fucking joke. The joke's on your ass. And you're going to waste your life on bullshit instead of becoming solution-oriented, becoming a student and practitioner in terms of the secrets of nature and the universe in context to the occult in order to achieve measures of success otherwise in the face of everything, and your life being an actual fucking example to that. Being the cause point in terms of your life. Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is what the fuck is required if you're going to transcend these times. Because I guarantee, in terms of all the fucking distractions and the fucking bullshit, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. So the key is to not react, but to act, taking right action in alignment. The key is to act, not react. And when you act, you must act in terms of proper knowledge and wisdom, having weighed your heart at the scales of a mente. That is the difference here in terms of everything. That's the key. Stop chasing these motherfucking rabbits. You know, you hear that shit, chasing the rabbit down the fucking rabbit hole, and now you think you've awakened? That was one of the fucking tricks played on your dumb ass, not knowing the fucking difference. And again, to the actual alchemical quote, chasing rabbits down holes was ever meant for the blind and profane. We, however, are those who climb to master the alchemical mountain of the wise. And with that, I'm going to pull this segment into a break. This is Sethikus Boza, Black Earth Productions, Blue Flame, Healing Arts and Occult Science, Temple of the White Dragon. I'll be right back, right after this. If it's ever said that we fear giants, know that fear is an aberration. Fear is the air that cowards breathe. Fear is the first taste of defeat. The warrior only breathes the air of the brave, and the warrior only feasts on the fruit of victory. This is Sethikus Boza, Black Earth Productions, Blue Flame Healing Arts and Occult Science, Temple of the White Dragon. And now to continue with this segment. You're not even going to be able to see that fucking mountain if you're chasing all these goddamn fucking rabbits. You don't even see that mountain in front of you because you've been blinded and distracted, and it's all on fucking purpose. And in terms of things being exposed, I'm all about that. However, you need to bring forth viable solutions otherwise and not go on and on and on and on and on about this fucking shit. That's where everyone is fucking stumbling as far as my observations are concerned. And my concerns otherwise are to the cause of what all of this represents in terms of actual fucking incarnation. Did you incarnate to be a fucking slave? Did you incarnate to live in fear? Did you incarnate to be distracted by bullshit? When a man or woman chases two rabbits, you catch neither. You just end up going in fucking circles, wasting energy, wasting fucking time. And that's all a part of the distraction tactics that are being played on your fucking ass without you even fucking realizing it. Now, if you want to know how evil actually fucking operates, there are plenty of segments on Black Earth Productions where I have gone deeper than most motherfuckers out there can possibly fucking imagine, including the Occult Secrets of Carpathia series that I've just released this year. We've been working very, very diligently to take things to the next fucking levels. And this is why I haven't put out that many segments this year, because I simply have not had time. There's a lot more I want to get out. But again, I spend most of my time in terms of mentoring with the Mystery School on top of what is manifested and what is unfolding now. I'm still here. I'm still kicking life's fucking ass beyond measure. So again, if anybody out there is getting hit with fear, doubt, all this fucking bullshit, you need to pull your head from out your fucking ass, putting your energy in terms of right action into things that are going to be a cause point for success, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and also temporally speaking. We're in this fucking realm. It's not to negate this fucking realm. People go into all this spiritual escapist fucking bullshit. You guys didn't get the memo at all. You're distracted. The purpose originally, in terms of incarnation into this realm, was to become a partaker of the biospiritual regenesis. That is why we are here. And this is what they don't want you to fucking know. They don't want you to activate in terms of your template. They don't want you to access the book of life that is you. They want you distracted. They want you living in fucking fear. No, I didn't come here for that. And those that know the difference didn't come here for that. The real question is this: what is your actual focus? What are you giving your energy to? Are you giving it to fear and distractions otherwise? Because if you are, you're not getting the actual fucking results required to master what it means being human in this realm. To become man again. To truly become who you were meant to be. What you give your focus and energy to is where it goes in terms of flow. There's an input and an output in terms of the positive and negative charge of the energy force. Life force energy. Taking it back to the nervous system, this goes back to the Djed pillar, which is your fucking spine, and you need some goddamn fucking spine, especially as a fucking man, in this motherfucking realm. When I go out in the public still, I see a lot of doe-eyed fucking coward motherfuckers. I mean, you could just smell it. You could smell it oozing off of these people. And any opportunity I get to encourage and empower people public, I will. I'm not going to look down upon those that are dealing with any of these things that I'm addressing. It's to call out for what the fuck it is and encourage you to shift your fucking focus so you don't get pulled out into all of the nets, traps, and snares that are designed to pull you into the fucking pit of hopelessness, despair, which all have its roots in context to fear. And the way to really override this shit all goes back to the ignition of true hardcore intelligence. I've been speaking about this ever since I started the platform here with Black Earth Productions. This is one of the major fucking keys, is the actual ignition of hardcore intelligence and making connection to the higher force. And when you do that, again, you will start to get a 360-degree view, vantage point of what the fuck is really going on. And you will see all of the different triangulation factors that are going on in context to dialectics that are happening all across the board. The one you need to see first and foremost, however, is the triangulation dialectics within your own fucking mind set itself against your very fucking soul. They want to turn you soulless. They want to turn you into a fucking husk that is programmable, doesn't know how to fucking think, doesn't know how to feel in terms of higher sensory perception abilities, true emotional intelligence in order to navigate these times. So taking it back to ritual, taking it back to the science of the circle of the magician, and how we work with the science specifically in order to tap the wellspring of your own eternal spirit to soul code, blood code essence. The goal in terms of the biospiritual regenesis and how I approach it and how I teach it is to go through the process integration of the alchemical rites of initiation in order to fully embody your light code essence on a multidimensional level within the physical body. Anchored here in this realm, making the earth your altar, not going out into all this fucking bullshit in terms of distraction and escapism for fear. Those that do that, you're giving your power away. You're conditioned to give your fucking power away. And that's why you're fucking failing. If you want to win, step the fuck up and start taking right action towards knowing who you are, discovering what your true purpose is, and your actual destiny. Because when you do that, nature and the universe have to compensate. And when you do that, not only are you in alignment, but you're fucking protected. You realize what we're actually fucking up against here. It's not what people fucking assume on the surface in terms of the highest level of the lowest tier of the fucking slave class. There are fucking levels beyond all this fucking shit that you don't even see going the fuck on, that I fucking know through and through because I've faced it myself. I've overcome it myself. And those are still levels that individuals that think they know what the fuck is going on, once that veil is pulled the fuck back and now you're beset, the real opposition in terms of our true mortal enemy all goes back to the actual motherfucking vampires. They can assume any fucking goddamn skin suit they want. It's not about this race or that fucking faction. They have infiltrated every single goddamn motherfucking thing that you can possibly imagine in this fucking realm. And that's why you have to ignite hardcore intelligence to even be able to fucking discern it. That's the key. Knowing how to extract the gold of consciousness from within your templating so that you become an incorruptible template that cannot be fucking fucked with. That's the key here. That's the fucking goal. At the base foundation, even before you start getting into all of this advanced shit that you think that you're fucking at, but you can't even tell me how your thought and emotion operates or why you process things the way that you process things and communicate things the way that you fucking communicate things. I know myself through and through. I can tell you exactly why I am the way that I am. Because I've taken time to do the real work and context, pulling the alignment of my fucking destiny, with which what I do here with Black Earth Productions and Temple of the White Dragon is a part of that destiny. There's a lot more things I'm capable of. I've chosen this because this is the measure and the mandate of the ancestors burning within my blood and bones that cannot be fucking contained. The better part of this year for a lot of individuals, including us, has been quite the fucking challenge. Setbacks, delays, rugs getting ripped out, people fucking flipping the fucking script. It's just the whole motherfucking 9 yards in terms of this experience of what it means to be in alignment otherwise. You're going to come up against this fucking challenge. You're going to come up against this fucking contrast. You can expect it. And at this point, I've gotten so goddamn fucking good at navigating my experience in terms of any of this shit. I'm bobbing and weaving and rising and kicking life's ass beyond measure. This is what I want for you. And those that are, they're not living in fear. They have allowed courage and bravery to guide them. Seeing yourself as worthy, seeing yourself as valuable, knowing that you have a motherfucking destiny, which is not to be a goddamn fucking slave. So in terms of the rest of this year, going into 2028, like I've been explaining, this is the window of time in terms of the ancient future where we are meant to really start flipping the fucking script. This is also why the heat has been turned up against us, especially those that know the fucking difference. See it all for what it is. Don't be distracted by it. Don't fear it. See it for what it is. It's to mark the fucking fact that we are closer than we have ever fucking been since what happened did. And in terms of the ancient future, this window of time going into the rest of 2025 and 2028 is when people really started flipping the script in terms of becoming the fucking cause point. No longer living in the realm of effect, going on and on and on and on about all the bullshit fucking narratives that they're trying to implant into your fucking mind, and all you do is fucking regurgitate that shit, and you think you're fucking awakened. You're not fucking awakened. You're distracted. When are you gonna get past the fucking trauma in terms of an assumed identity? None of it is anything to do with who you truly fucking are. It never was. All of it is nothing but a goddamn fucking excuse to keep that narrative fucking going, to not fucking rise and take the levels of responsibility necessary in order to make shit the fuck happen in the way that it's actually fucking supposed to. Okay? So who is the real enemy that you're actually up against? Well, what have I said about the magic mirror gate? You have to recognize the fact that you have always been your own worst fucking enemy. It's the one you face in the mirror every single fucking day. This is a concept that philosophers and those that are versed in terms of higher consciousness should fucking know. You are your own worst motherfucking enemy. And when you overcome that enemy and you slit the throat of the inner tyrant, that is when you take your power back. And now you can see how you're being tricked, how you're being fucking manipulated. Again, it's all about your state of mind, and mind your entire beingness on a multidimensional level. It's not just the skull brain. It's your gut brain. It's your heart, the 3 core chakra system like I've been talking about in terms of the original template. It's fire up from the lower template and water down from the upper template. They move in different directions. And another secret in terms of actual sacred geometry, not much is known about the chastahedron, which is the 7th gate axis point in context to Libra. That is where you start to become your own ship, motherfuckers. That's where you step into the position of your own fucking ship. The geometry even looks like a fucking ship. It's crazy how all this works. But the 7th gate axis point, in terms of triangulation factors, where triangulation is happening first in terms of step-down consciousness on a multidimensional level, is within the 6th dimension. So all these fucking people talking about ascension to 5D and all this fucking bullshit, you're just going into a counterfeit fucking grid work in terms of the false cold light. That's all that new age shit. You don't know the occult. You don't know how your mind has been played against your very fucking soul. Not on the levels necessary to really see or even hear what the fuck I'm saying, because you're caught. The true path requires that you go into your fucking pain. The pleasure principle is there to compensate. And again, balance is key. You're never going to be able to escape yourself. That's what all of the fucking goddamn fucking distractions are designed to do. Abdicating your responsibility in terms of actual motherfucking incarnation. And everybody is here to do a specific task in alignment with their templating. However, when it comes to this shit, on a basic fundamental level, just like it states in the Ma'al, the wisdom of Odin, where you recognize evil, call it evil, and give no motherfucking truce to your enemies. Take that now to what I just said about you being your own worst motherfucking enemy. And see, this is the paradox. It's both beautiful and terrifying all at the same time, isn't it, motherfuckers? Again, where you recognize evil, call it evil, and give no truce to your enemies. And by you not defeating your true enemy, this is what gives power to the Dark Ones. This is what gives them power over your fucking mind. This is what gives them power over your fucking lives. You have to know the difference here. And again, those that think they know, they still don't know because it's unconscious. It's also atavistic. It's all this atavistic shit that's playing out in terms of the procession of the grand cycle when it comes to the great betrayal. You're being conditioned to betray your fucking souls, and you don't even see it. It's a repeat of a repeat of a motherfucking repeat here. What is actually required in terms of being courageous, in terms of being brave? Is it running out guns blazing like some kind of fucking half-witted fucking moron running out into the fucking fray? No. Courage and bravery require strategy. It requires cunning. It requires you being more formidable and more intelligent than our actual mortal enemy. And again, like I've said, what are we up against? Vampires. This war is ages old, and in terms of my actual fucking lineage and memory to blood codes, I know what it all goes fucking back to. Again, I explained it in the Magi Grail Shaman, Occult Secrets of Carpathia, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is some of the most important, vital, proper knowledge and wisdom in terms of actual fucking history. Because it's not just about me and my fucking lineage. This is about the fucking realm. Okay? This is about your lives. This is about our lives. And knowing the difference when it comes to this is the only measure that's really going to put you over the fucking top as far as navigating these times. And again, I'm not obsessed with my mortal fucking enemy. They can go fuck themselves. I got gold in my blood. Okay? Taken to the nectar of Athanasia. And my consciousness expansion capabilities are further beyond fucking measure than what I can fully put into fucking words. And those that are doing the real work, those that have taken initiation into this mystery school, their lives are also proof of it. There is not a being in this entire fucking universe, let alone beyond, that can speak against it or say otherwise. Because here, in terms of my position, my life is absolutely 100% proof of it. Allow yourself the freedom to be courageous in these times. Allow yourself the freedom to be brave. Because at the end of the day, there is no excuse otherwise. And this path requires that you embrace your pain in order to transmute it into power. True, authentic power that emanates in terms of core intelligence. When you ignite the actual fucking Bifrost, the raw Horkahut, nothing can touch that shit. Your sphere of influence and protection creates a ward against anything that would be a cause point for fear. And one thing I know for fucking certain, when it comes to actual lesser entities, what do they target? They target your fear. What is your fear? That is their fucking question. That is the number one fucking thing in terms of the roots of the nervous system that they fucking target. So the key, again, when it comes to the science of the circle of the magician, every single time you go into ritual, you have to go fearless. Because when you're burning through this fucking shit, all this trauma, all this fucking overlays and distortions, breaking the chains of all the nets, traps, and snares, you're going to have this shit come the fuck up. And again, there's a fine line between being attacked versus healing through something. And we must go to hell in order to heal. There is no bypassing that. There is no avoiding that. You dance around the fucking void, that is what is going to open up your morphogenetic field and your auric field to get hooked in by this fucking shit in terms of that. That's how it happens. All of this is counterintuitive. Why? It's going to force you to face your pain. It's going to force you to face your fucking fear. It's going to force you to learn how to transmute and alchemize and rise and actually experience true healing. Those that are truly fucking healed, they don't deal with any of this fucking shit. I don't deal with any of this fucking shit. Those that do have no fucking business being in a position to teach people how to fucking heal, let alone be healers themselves. I'm calling all you fucking out. You got entities riding your fucking ass that you're passing on to your fucking clients and all these other motherfuckers. Again, I tell you what the fuck to do. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you will deal with the consequence otherwise. When it comes to this mystery school and everyone that has been initiated, there's a certain protocol that is required. There's a certain code that we live by, and it is the code of the motherfucking dragon wolf. And when you ignite the eye of the dragon, the true eye, the first eye, that is when you will see clear. That is when the window to the pineal will take you down the true corridor to show you otherwise. The pineal gland is a window. But again, it goes back to what the fuck you put your focus and attention on. That's going to determine your experience. Also, how you approach it in terms of your fucking attitude. If you got a shitty fucking attitude, you can expect a shitty fucking outcome. That's cause and effect. A very basic fucking lesson when it comes to that. Either way, when it comes to actual fucking health, the first measure that you need to take is getting your state of mind right. Because without it, you're not going to be taking right action in terms of health, in terms of well-being. You got to get out of your fucking skull brain and come into what the ancient ninja knew as no mind. And no mind is to know mind and how your mind actually fucking operates. So you can make the necessary fucking changes in order to make it optimal via the gauge of your perception to process and action, thought, will, and action in alignment by going through hell. And I'm not talking about the Christian hell. There's a lot of things that I can say about the monotheistic fucking religions. I'm fucking over it. And I am not what you fucking label me otherwise, in terms of being a Satanist or whatever the fuck people want to think about me. That's a programmed assumption. Go ahead and talk all the fucking shit you want. You don't fucking actually know me. Here with this platform, we are nothing to do with evil. I'm all about exposing that. Just like I said, in context to the wisdom of fucking Odin. Do not settle for any fucking less than your actual fucking purpose and destiny in this life. Especially when it comes to being a fucking man in this realm. They don't want the alpha, sigma, cosmic fucking gamma in terms of who the fuck I am. That's what you're fucking contending with here. And I'm not going to be drawn out on a provocation. When our kind strike, you will not see it coming. And you will not know when. However, I will make it very fucking clear that in terms of the ancient future, going into the rest of this year, 2025, going into 2028, you will see consciousness ignitions take place all across the world, despite what the fuck has happened since 2020. And those that take actual initiation into our ranks with Temple of the White Dragon, what we have access to in terms of the Nectar of Athanasia is unlike anything else in the entire fucking realm made available that utterly destroys anything and everything that they put in the actual fucking needlecraft. There are top secret documents in the Black Earth Library. And again, this is why I encourage actual initiation into the mystery school, at the very least at level 1 apprentice. With that, you will get access to the Black Earth Library and all these things that I'm talking about. On top of it, when it comes to protocol, when it comes to actual one-on-one mentorship with me directly, I've been operating like this for over a decade. I am 100% successful. Those that have taken initiation, that have actually done the work and didn't fuck off or run out of the temple for fear or try to flip the script and want to blame me for all your fucking shit, go fuck yourself. You fucking cowards. What is your actual fucking focus? Is it all this shit? Or an actual viable path work, knowing the difference in terms of all the things that we need to be aware of? We need to be aware of all the things that I'm getting at. But that is not what's going to get us there. That does not constitute true awakening. That does not constitute actual fucking freedom. An actual viable path work is what's going to get you there. And working with your template, I'm telling you, this is the key. And those that are doing it are getting the actual fucking results. Not just me, but other people as well. That's the mark. That's the mark here. That's the difference. And in some areas, in terms of the 5 that we are working to master, other initiates are more successful than I am. And that's fucking brilliant. That's absolutely motherfucking brilliant. That's all I could ever hope for. You got to ask yourselves, what is it that you really want? What is it that you're actually wanting to truly experience here in this realm? And why aren't you? Go back in terms of segments on the platform and go over things again and again and again. I guarantee you're going to get more come to you every single time you do that, especially with the ones that are longer and take a lot of time to go through. These are eternal archives that cannot be fucking refuted. They cannot be fucked with in context. And so to that, if anybody out there is interested in actual initiation for Temple of the White Dragon, send me an email at blackearthproductions with an S at the end at hotmail.com. Click on the services page, go through everything, get a hold of me directly, and we'll line everything out. As for those that have taken initiation at level 1 apprentice, now is the time to step it up to level 2 adept Ulfadar training, where I will show you and teach you how to master the art and science of hyperdimensional warfare. Level 3 Temple Rites of Initiation is still in the works, and it's going to be some time still until that's launched. As far as my observations are concerned, most people are not even fucking close to ready because you haven't even got it at level 1, let alone level 2. I'm here in terms of accountability, again, to the code that we live by, which is the code of the Dragon Wolf. As far as our products are concerned, the Nectar of Athanasia is absolutely vital for you to get. We have our apothecary. There's the Thunder God Root Vine. Also, with the launch of Borbacra Halcyon, our raw gold ore, silver ore, platinum ore is available for those that want to make an investment in terms of a greater golden future. All of this is 100% real. All of this is going to continue to grow and expand beyond measure. I'm here to invite you, as I have, to take this step so that you can start becoming the master of your existence. So, it's to wrap things up. When it comes to thought and memory, black as soot their wings are spread. They take the northern wind. With watchful eyes, they see ahead, their minds and bodies twined. They glide above in wisdom's silence. Long, shiny feathers hold their power. With every stroke, they're in defiance of heights, the elements, and hour. The one-eyed father sits awaiting his fateful thoughts and mind's return. The furious clouds above are shaping into a grim, foreboding turn. The skies are growing, loud with thunder. Thor saw his father's raging eyes. He feels the fury growing stronger, brought on by rumors from his spies. They saw the wretched humans doubt the wisdom and the strength of gods. And now they loudly call about of many things they've heard at odds. The Raven God will wield his spear. Midgard will submerge in fear, a punishment for those who strayed. But the rule of wisdom must be adhered. The twins will take another flight, each morning sail until the charcoal wings spread to the light. They've circled Yggdrasil. They'll keep in mind all things they hear. Their leery eyes will spy. They'll whisper all in Odin's ear. They are his missing eye. This is Sethikus Boza, Black Earth Productions, Blue Flame, Healing Arts and Occult Science, Temple of the White Dragon. Get a hold of me directly. I look forward to speaking with more of you soon. HAILZ!